Could something as small as a few evening nuts be waking you up at 2 a.m.?
Many older adults believe that waking up 2 or 3 times a night to use the bathroom is just part of getting old. But there's another quieter factor often overlooked that can directly affect how well you sleep. It's the simple habit of eating nuts in the evening. At first glance, it seems harmless. Just a small handful, a few cashews, some peanuts, maybe a little trail mix while watching TV after dinner. It doesn't feel like a big deal. But these evening snacks can quietly stimulate the bladder, cause mild dehydration, or make the kidneys work harder through the night. And the result? Interrupted sleep. That heavy, groggy feeling in the morning. And more frequent trips to the bathroom just when your body needs to rest most. But here's the good news. Not all nuts are bad for you. In fact, some, when eaten the right way at the right time, can actually help relax the bladder, support the sleep hormone vasopressin, and promote deeper, more peaceful rest. No medication needed. In this video, we'll explore 5 types of nuts that support sleep and help reduce nighttime urination, and 5 you may want to avoid after 6 p.m. All of it is based on simple biology, how our kidneys and hormones change as we age, and backed by both modern science and gentle traditional wisdom. But before we dive in, if you're watching this right now, take a moment and tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what time is it right now. It's a small way to tune in to your own rhythm, to your own rest cycle. And if you find this helpful, tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon so you won't miss the simple, practical health tips we share every week, all made with seniors in mind. A lot of people think waking up during the night is just something you have to accept as you get older. And honestly, there's a little truth to that. Because after age 60, our bodies start making less vasopressin. That's the hormone that helps us hold on to water overnight. And without enough of it, the kidneys begin to make more urine while we sleep, which means more bathroom trips in the middle of the night. On top of that, the nerves that control the bladder. They get more sensitive with age. Even a small amount of urine can suddenly feel like it's urgent. Years ago, you wouldn't have even noticed. Now it wakes you right up. But here's the hopeful part. Sleep isn't gone. It's not lost forever. When you understand your body's rhythm and choose the right foods, especially the right kinds of nuts rich in minerals and gentle on the bladder, you can help your body hold fluids better through the night. And that means fewer wake-ups, fewer cold walks to the bathroom, more peaceful rest. In the next part of this video, we'll look at 5 types of nuts that may ease light inflammation, soothe the bladder, and support deeper, more restful sleep. And 5 types to avoid in the evening because they're high in salt oils, or they gently push the body to release water. Everything we're sharing is based on modern medical research about how aging affects hormones and kidney function, blended with insights from Ayurveda, an ancient healing tradition that looks at whether foods are heating or cooling, and how they might trigger nighttime urination. We'll keep it simple. Clear steps, easy ways to apply this at home. Because the next section isn't just about sleep, it's about helping you feel calm again, in control again, in this precious chapter of life. Now, let's talk about how you can start sleeping more deeply with the help of something as simple as nuts. Yes, really. There are certain nuts that don't just taste good, they also support your bladder, calm your system, and help your body rest longer through the night. Let's begin with the first one, almonds. They're not just a healthy snack, They can also help soothe a sensitive bladder, especially as we get older. You see, almonds are rich in magnesium and vitamin E. These nutrients help relax smooth muscles, especially the ones around your bladder. That means fewer of those false alarms in the night. The ones where you feel like you have to go even when there's barely anything there. Almonds also help balance blood sugar. And that's key because when blood sugar crashes during the night, it can wake you up suddenly, especially for folks with diabetes or prediabetes. Here's how to use almonds the right way. In the morning, right after you wake up, soak 5 to 7 almonds in a small bowl of water. Let them sit all day. Then around 5 p.m. When you're not too full from lunch, peel off the skin and enjoy them slowly. Don't eat them cold straight from the fridge. Cold foods in the evening can be a little harder to digest. Now let's move on to the second helper, dried lotus seeds. You might know them as Makhana or foxnuts. These little puffs are low in oil and salt, and they don't act like diuretics, so they won't send you running to the bathroom. That makes them a great evening snack, especially for older adults. They're also gentle on your stomach and kind to your bladder. Plus, they give your body a light dose of protein and calcium, just enough to help you feel nourished without being too heavy before bed. Here's how to enjoy them. Take a small handful of Makhana and lightly roast them in a pan with just a bit of ghee and a pinch of cumin. Around 6 p.m., have them as a snack before dinner. Or if you want to switch it up, you can add them to a warm bowl of light porridge. Something gentle, something warm, something your body can settle into. Now let's move on to the third one, pistachios. These aren't just tasty, they're rich in potassium, which helps relax the muscles in your pelvic area, including the urethra. And that's important because it means fewer false alarms from your bladder. Pistachios also have a gentle anti-inflammatory effect. That can be helpful if you sometimes feel irritation or find yourself going to the bathroom often without really knowing why. But here's the key, you've got to be mindful about the kind you eat. Here's how to use pistachios the right way. Just one small handful, about 28 grams, is enough. Eat them around 4:30 or 5:00 in the afternoon. Make sure they're plain, unsalted. No chili, no extra seasoning. Just simple natural pistachios. Now for number 4, flax seeds. They're tiny, yes, but they're packed with omega-3s. These help reduce inflammation, support hormone balance, and even help your body produce more melatonin. That's the hormone that helps you drift into deeper sleep. Flax seeds can have a light diuretic effect, but when eaten at the right time, they actually support your body's nighttime rhythm. Here's how to use them gently. Take 1 teaspoon of flax seeds, lightly roast them for a moment in a dry pan. Then, stir them into a warm drink like milk or gentle porridge around 5:30 or 6 p.m. This can be a lovely grounding part of your evening snack. And finally, number 5, sesame seeds, especially the black ones. In traditional medicine, sesame seeds are known for their warming energy, which helps balance out the coolness that often shows up in the body at night. That's helpful because cold energy in some traditions is linked to nighttime urination. Sesame seeds are also rich in natural plant lignans. These help regulate hormones, which can be especially useful after menopause when sleep and bladder changes are common. Here's how to enjoy them. Take just half a teaspoon of finely ground sesame seeds and stir it into a small glass of warm, unsweetened milk around 7:30 p.m. Or, if you prefer, have 1 small sesame ball, a lightly sweetened traditional treat as a gentle dessert after dinner. Warm, simple, calming. One more thing to keep in mind. The best time to eat these nuts is between 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. That's when your digestion is still active, but your kidneys haven't yet started slowing down for the night. And remember, just one small handful a day is enough. About 25 to 30 grams. Try not to pair these nuts with watery foods at night like soups, broths, or juicy fruits. Too much liquid in the evening can undo all the good they do. In the next part of this video, we'll look at 5 types of nuts that might seem healthy, but if eaten at the wrong time can actually lead to more bathroom trips and less sleep. Let's take a closer look. Together. Now that we've talked about the best nuts to support your sleep, let's look at the ones you might want to avoid after dinner. These aren't bad foods, but if you're waking up at night to use the bathroom, they might be part of the reason why. Let's start with the first one, peanuts. They're tasty, they're familiar, and for many people, they're the go-to snack with a warm cup of tea. But here's the thing, peanuts are often roasted in oil, coated with salt, and eaten a bit too close to bedtime. The oil. It keeps your digestion working overtime, which can leave you feeling heavy or bloated right when your body wants to rest. The salt. It makes you thirsty. And if you drink more water after eating them, well, that water has to go somewhere during the night. Here's what that can lead to. A dry mouth. More sips of water before bed, and more nighttime bathroom trips. A better choice. Try a small handful of lightly roasted Makhana foxnuts tossed with a little ghee. They're crunchy, satisfying, and much gentler on your bladder. Next up, cashews. They're soft, creamy, and often show up in desserts. But here's what most people don't know. Cashews are high in oxalates, a natural compound that can irritate the bladder lining. For some folks, eating cashews regularly, especially at night, can even contribute to kidney stone risk. In traditional medicine, cashews are seen as a warming food. That means they raise heat in the body, not ideal if you tend to sweat at night, or if you deal with hot flashes while sleeping. What can they cause restless sleep? That strange feeling of waking up but not knowing why. A rhythm that feels just a little off. Instead, try this if you're craving something soft and a little sweet after dinner. Have a small slice of ripe papaya, or a gentle fruit like banana low in water soft on the stomach. They're cooling, they're calming, and they won't wake your bladder up at 2 a.m. Now let's take a look at the last 3 nuts that might be sneaking in and disturbing your sleep. Starting with walnuts. They're often called brain food. And yes, walnuts do contain natural melatonin, the hormone that helps guide the body into sleep. But here's the catch. Walnuts can also be hard to digest, especially in the evening when your digestion naturally slows down. And that heaviness, it can lead to bloating. That gas adds pressure to your lower belly. And that pressure presses right up against the bladder. So even if your bladder isn't full, your body might think it is. That means more trips to the bathroom, more broken sleep, a better option. Try soaked peeled almonds in the late afternoon instead. They're easier to digest, and they help your body wind down, not wind up. Next, chia seeds. These little seeds are great during the day. They absorb a lot of water, turning into a gel-like texture in your stomach. That's helpful for digestion when your body is active. But after 4 p.m., that gel starts to cause problems. It adds bulk and pressure, especially for older adults with slower digestion in the evening. The result? That full, uncomfortable feeling, and a sudden urge to go, even if your bladder doesn't really need to. A gentler choice at night. Try a small amount of lightly toasted sesame seeds. They warm the belly without weighing it down, and they won't trigger those false bladder signals. Finally, salted mixed nuts, those colorful little packs with all the flavors, salt, pepper, chili, sometimes even cheese powder. They might taste good, but they're hard on your kidneys, especially at night. All that salt and seasoning, it stimulates the body, keeps the kidneys working, and blocks the hormone vasopressin, the one that helps your body hold water while you sleep. What happens next? You feel thirsty. You drink more. Then you spend the night walking to the bathroom instead of resting. What's a better option? A warm glass of milk with just a pinch of turmeric, or a spoonful of ground toasted sesame seeds. It helps your body feel safe, your bladder feel calm, and your mind let go of the day. So, just a gentle reminder before we move on. Not all nuts are bad, and not all times of day are the same. At our age, it's not about eating less. It's about eating wisely, choosing the right nuts at the right time. When you do that, your body feels supported, your bladder gets to rest, and sleep returns quiet, smooth, like the breeze that settles the trees just before nightfall. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's how the body heals, quietly, gently. When we were younger, sleep came easily. You'd lie down, drift off, and wake up feeling light, clear, rested. But as the years go by, the body starts sending little signals, soft ones we don't always notice. A turn in the middle of the night, a sip of water that suddenly feels needed, a whisper from the bladder just before dawn. Most people call it normal, just age. But the truth is, getting older doesn't have to mean broken, restless sleep. Because the body still knows how to rest, still knows how to recover, if we treat it with care. Sometimes all it takes is something small, like the right kind of nuts, at the right time of day, and things start to shift. But if you'd like to go just a little deeper to wake up feeling lighter, steadier, here are a few gentle habits you can try starting tonight. First, try to have dinner a bit earlier, before 7 p.m. if you can. That gives your stomach time to do its work before your body moves into rest. When digestion is light, your bladder feels less pressure, and you're less likely to wake up just to go. Second, after dinner, skip watery foods. Things like broths, thin soups, juicy fruits, or runny porridge. They're great during the day, but at night they keep your kidneys working, when they should be winding down. Third, watch how much you drink late at night. You don't have to stop completely, just ease off after 8 p.m. If you take medication, just a few sips are enough. Not the full glass most people drink by habit. Fourth, let your body truly unwind. Maybe read a few pages from a paper book, play soft music, do some slow breathing, or just sit quietly by the window and let the night settle in. Try not to check the news. Try not to look at screens, because blue light from phones or TVs can confuse the brain and hold back the melatonin that helps you sleep. And fifth, think about how you sleep. Try lying on your left side. It may ease pressure on your bladder and help digestion too. Use a low, comfortable pillow. And if your back or knees feel tight, tuck a thin cushion between your legs. Just that small support can make a big difference. Above all, listen to your body like you would an old friend. When it's tired, don't push. When it whispers, pause. Because after 60, the body doesn't shout, it murmurs. And in those murmurs is a quiet request to be cared for, to be trusted, to be allowed, to rest. You don't need medicine. You don't need complicated routines. Sometimes all it takes is a simple dinner, a spoonful of sesame and warm milk, or saying no thank you to salted peanuts after 6 p.m. If this video has helped you in any way, go ahead and tap that like button, subscribe, click the little bell so each week you'll get a gentle reminder to sleep better, one peaceful night at a time. And if you'd like to leave a little encouragement for someone else, just write something simple down below. Like I'm learning to sleep better every day. Or I deserve deep and peaceful rest. Because sometimes, just one small change at the right time can bring back the kind of sleep you thought was gone forever.